So what's good, TMG fam? It's your boy L, and I'm back with another reaction. How y'all feel? Welcome back to the channel. Salute. So listen, man, I've always heard about this, never actually seen it take place. So I'm kind of anxious to see this video, man. Salute to all the, first of all, yes, salute to all the good cops out there. You know what I mean? We appreciate and love everything that you do and do for us to protect and keep us safe. Let's make sure we say that first and foremost, because we know it's a lot of good ones out there. But unfortunately, we got a few bad ones, man. And we got to get them up out of there. And unfortunately, again, we have some that are out here planting false evidence on people, man, ruining people's lives, which is completely crazy. You know what I'm saying? So this video here, cop gets fired and arrested after planting false evidence. Can't even believe those words come out my mouth, and I'm hearing them, and just hearing them makes me cringe. Makes me cringe. So we're gonna check this video out. Shout outs to Audit the Audit. Make sure y'all go show them some love. The link will be in the description. Go run their subscriber count up, all right? And we're gonna check this out. So if you're new here, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Join the fam. Let's check this out.
Welcome to Audit the Audit, where we sort out the who and what and the right and wrong of police interactions. This episode covers vehicle searches, planting evidence, and roadside chemical tests, and is brought to us by USA Today. Be sure to check out the description below and give them the credit that they deserve.
Just seeing that headline, former Florida officer allegedly plants drugs during traffic stop.
Before we dive into the interaction, I want to give a big thanks to the sponsor. On February 15th, 2018, at approximately 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Deputy Zach Wester of the Jackson County Sheriff's Office pulled over 52-year-old grandmother Teresa Odom in Marianna, Florida, because her vehicle brake lights were allegedly flickering on and off at a fast pace. At the time of the stop, Ms. Odom was on felony probation for dealing in stolen property. After Ms. Odom was pulled over, Deputy Wester approached the driver's side window of Ms. Odom's vehicle.
How are you?
I'm good. Should I turn in here to get on?
You're fine. You're fine. Deputy Westwood, Jackson County Sheriff's Office. Reason for my stop is your brake lights.
Yes, sir.
They work 1 minute, and the next minute they don't work, and then a few seconds later they just flash. Okay, so
it's probably because of the rain.
Okay, that's fine. You got your driver's license on you, ma'am?
I just got tickets the other day. I'll be glad to show
Oh,
them
did
to
you?
you.
No, you're fine. All right, thank you. I'll be right there.
My truck may or may not start. When I turn it off, you may have to push me off, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you.
Okay. Do you need to turn it off? Do you have to turn it off?
It'd probably be better.
Okay,
I'm on hard time with it as it is.
Okay, I'll tell you what. If
Can
we
I
can
answer my phone?
Yeah. You can answer your phone. I'm just trying to think what's going to be best for. What is that right there?
What is what?
That right there.
What is what? This?
That straw right there.
This is no straw. It's an ink pen.
Oh, okay.
It's
okay.
an ink pen.
It was connected. It looked like it was
No
connected
straw.
to that arc. Just
Hey, I
hang
just
tight,
got
okay?
pulled over. But
You see my hip give out right then? Good Lord.
look,
All
you
right.
just don't even need to know. I've been at the hospital with an
My
84-year-old
God.
uncle all day long for 3 days.
Okay.
Now, so I'm expecting anything at this point.
That was,
Now, I don't even see where this feels so wrong right now, fam, to just anticipate what's about to happen. He seemed like a nice cop. He's talking nice. He's giving all the signs of, you're not about to do what I think they're saying you about to do. Are you? Are you? Are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is wrong. Oh my gosh, I'm cringing.
yeah, I hope everything turns out good with that, all right?
It did. It did.
Oh, Lord, have mercy. I'm
It did.
sorry.
And I'm waiting on Dr. Albrecht to call me. That was another thing I was fixing to tell you.
Okay.
If Dr. Albrecht calls,
That's
I may
fine.
answer his call.
That ain't no problem. I don't care. Yeah, I'm not going to keep you from talking on the phone, okay? Anything in the vehicle I need to be concerned about? Bombs, hand grenades,
Drugs,
rocket launchers?
yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Here's what I do probably 10 or 15 times a shift, okay? There's going to be a K9 coming in a minute, and she's going to walk around the car, okay? But instead of doing that, would you consent to a search of your vehicle? You're fine with that? Okay. All right. You mind stepping out and just hanging out with this deputy right back here?
No, I don't. I just am scared of being in this traffic. To be
No,
honest.
Deputy Hayke will take care of you.
Deputy Wester informs Ms. Odom that a canine unit is on the way and requests that she consent to a search of her vehicle instead of waiting for the canine. Despite the fact that she was under no legal obligation to do so, Ms. Odom readily agrees to allow Deputy Wester to search her vehicle. In general, while...
And she seemed confident. She knows ain't nothing in there, so why hesitate? But my question is, why? Why is he requesting? That was my whole thing. Like, why are you requesting to do a search? You ain't even said why, no nothing, just randomly. You just said you do it so many times a shift, so this is just something we just do randomly. We just pick somebody and do that too.
Officers are not prohibited from requesting to search a citizen's home, vehicle, or person. Individuals have the right to refuse to consent. However, if an individual consents, officers have the authority to conduct a search, even if there is no probable cause, reasonable suspicion, or any justification whatsoever for the search. For this reason, criminal defense attorneys recommend that individuals refuse to consent to any search that an officer requests permission to conduct. Because if an officer asks for consent to search, they typically do not have the legal authority to conduct the search without permission. It is also important to note that a court would almost certainly conclude that Deputy Wester did not have the reasonable suspicion necessary to detain Ms. Odom to wait for the canine unit to arrive. In the 2015 case of Rodriguez versus United States, the Supreme Court held that extending the duration of a traffic stop beyond the time reasonably required to complete the mission of the stop to wait for a canine unit to arrive and complete a dog sniff of the vehicle violated the Fourth Amendment. The court explained that, quote, an officer may conduct certain unrelated checks during an otherwise lawful traffic stop, but he may not do so in a way that prolongs the stop, absent the reasonable suspicion ordinarily demanded to justify detaining an individual. Here, Deputy Wester had absolutely no evidence that Ms. Odom was involved in criminal drug activity, so a court would likely decide that there was no reasonable suspicion to warrant detaining Ms. Odom to wait for the canine unit.
Take my phone.
Yeah, take your phone. I don't care. That's fine. Come on. $25.54 to $25.40. You can cancel. I got.
Now, what I'm interested in is how are they gonna? Is his body cam gonna? Is he gonna forget that he got the body cam on and they see him do it? Like, how is this gonna get caught? That's what I'm interested to see.
Consent.
Oh, don't say that. Deputy decides to sit in his vehicle for a moment before searching Miss Odom's truck. Okay.
All right, Deputy Haycare, make sure you don't get run over, okay? Because I have faith that he would prefer to get over. All right, just hang tight, myself.
Wait a minute. Look at his hand. Is his hand cuffed like this, like he got something in it? Hold on. I'm trying to look at everything, bro. I'm private eye right now. Trying to see everything. Look at his hand. His left hand. Right now. Don't it seem like he got something cuffed in there?
Here, the body cam footage video shows what appears to be a small baggie in Deputy Wester's hand as he puts on his gloves. It was later proven that Deputy Wester planted methamphetamine in Ms. Odom's vehicle. Although there are no statutes in Florida...
I missed the bag, but I see it now. Oh, snap. Oh. Are you... Oh. He would really do that. Like, you see the title, you know in your mind it's gonna happen, but you still in your mind are just baffled by it happening.
That explicitly prohibit police officers from planting drugs. Doing so in order to falsify charges against an individual violates many different state laws. For instance, Section 838.022 of the Florida statutes, which defines the offense of official misconduct, states that, quote, it is unlawful for a public servant to knowingly and intentionally obtain a benefit for any person, or to cause unlawful harm to another by falsifying any official record or official document. So, if Deputy Wester includes included information about planted drugs in a police report or another official document, he could be found guilty of official misconduct. Similarly, Section 918.13 of the...
See, this is why we should be allowed to stand there and record you guys. And when I say you guys, the police officers searching our vehicles, man. And we should be allowed to stand there. We shouldn't be removed from our vehicle, anything. We should be allowed to stand there. Because what if they didn't catch that? He would have got that off. He would have been successful. And this, if you've done it once, I believe you've done it multiple times. This ain't his first time doing that. That's the scary thing. How many people? Now, they should have to go back through all his cases and those people be brought back up. And everything that he's done to have people arrested should be gone back through. His arrest history needs to be gone back through.
Florida statutes, which outlines the crime of fabricating evidence, states that, quote, no person, knowing that an investigation by a duly constituted law enforcement agency of this state is pending or is about to be instituted, shall make, present, or use any record, document, or thing knowing it to be false. Therefore, Deputy Wester could violate this statute by presenting planted drugs as evidence against Ms. Odom, or including a false narrative in a police report. And of course, Deputy Wester also likely illegally possessed the drugs that he planted, in violation of Section 893-13 of the Florida statutes. Although planting drugs or other evidence is highly unethical and illegal behavior, some police officers do engage in such conduct, and individuals who are the victims of planted evidence often feel powerless to fight the charges against them when it's their word against a corrupt officer's. However, public defenders and criminal defense lawyers can help citizens who are charged with crimes based on planted evidence defend themselves, so individuals should never plead guilty to criminal charges without first consulting an attorney. After planting the evidence in Ms. Odom's vehicle, Deputy Wester confronts her about the substance.
According to the brother, David, neither he nor his brother Franklin Walker.
Miss Odom.
It is yogurt, sir.
I know. Okay.
It's yogurt.
How about this, though?
That is not mine. No, sir.
Okay. I'm not going to ask you any
No,
direct, hold on.
sir.
I'm not going to ask you any direct questions. I'm going to read you your rights first, okay? So just hang out with Deputy Hake here.
What is it?
I have an idea. We're going to test it, though, okay? I don't know.
Oh
but
no, Teresa, you're going to jail.
He does a whole chemical test, bro. Are you kidding me? He does a whole chemical test. Like you stressed this woman to the point where you could have given her a heart. Like, oh my gosh, bro. I'd have been furious to see, oh man. Bro, that's foul. That's beyond foul. He going through.
You what? Okay.
What it is? Yeah, there it goes.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you, Jess. Do you have anything on you, Miss Odom?
I said I didn't have anything on me in the truck.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, but do you have anything on your person is what
I
I'm
have
asking.
nothing on me to my knowledge
Okay,
at
thank
all.
you. We're good. Okay, all right.
And I'm not trying to be ugly.
It did return presumptive positive for methamphetamine, okay? I'm just letting you know, okay?
Deputy Wester conducts a field chemical test on the planted substance and informs Ms. Odom that the test...
I feel so bad for her, man. That's just not right, bro. I feel so bad for her, man. Like, that's just not right, man. And then when you think about it, think about the people that's probably been subjected to this same thing that are screaming they're innocent and nobody believing them.
test was presumptive positive for methamphetamine. According to a feature in the New York Times, there are many factors that can impact the results of a roadside field test. For instance, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement reports that 21% of substances submitted to its labs as methamphetamine were not methamphetamine, and half of the false positives were not even illegal drugs. In fact, in the first 7 months of 2014 alone, the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office in Florida reported 15 false positives for methamphetamine after deputies misunderstood which colors indicated a positive result. Environmental factors can also interfere with the field test, with cold weather slowing the development of color results and heat speeding it up. And lighting conditions on the street can prevent officers from accurately determining the color of the results strip. These issues are not limited to methamphetamine tests, as a common field test for cocaine uses a chemical called cobalt thiocyanate, which turns blue when exposed to cocaine, as well as over 80 other chemical compounds, including acne medications, common household cleaners, and methadone. Although field chemical testing is too unreliable to be used as evidence in court, it can be used to obtain probable cause to arrest individuals found with substances in their possession. However, because the vast majority of drug cases in the United States are resolved through plea bargains, prosecutors often accept guilty or no contest pleas before more accurate lab testing is conducted on the purportedly illegal substances. In other words, despite the fact that field drug tests are not admissible as evidence, a large proportion of drug convictions are based solely on the results of these tests.
Like, how do you combat this? You know what I'm saying? We got everything for outside the vehicle now. You know? That way you got your dash cam. That way if somebody tries to pull some type of insurance fraud claim on you, you got it all on camera. Or somebody try to say you hit them, they actually hit you, you got it on camera. A lot of these vehicles now, the Teslas, these new EV vehicles, these electric vehicles have cameras on all around the outside to now record and make sure. But what do we have for the inside? Gotta start thinking about that to protect ourselves from situations like these.
However, it should be noted that the results of the test Deputy Webster conducted were not a false positive, since Deputy Webster actually did plant methamphetamine in Ms. Odom's vehicle.
What about my truck?
I'm gonna have to tow it, okay, since it's a narcotics felony arrest, okay?
They saying they gonna tow my truck, baby.
Here, you just want to put your phone and your sunglasses in your purse here, and we'll make sure all this gets to the jail.
Ms. Odom was placed under arrest and charged with felony counts of methamphetamine possession and drug paraphernalia. She was held in jail for 19 days and then pled no contest to the charges. Ms. Odom later explained why she didn't fight the charges, stating that, quote, "I just didn't think I'd be able to beat anything, being as it was..."
Look at that. Scared to even fight it, knowing that, but just thinking nobody will believe you. That's just wrong, man. That's just wrong, bro. That is not right.
Law enforcement, and I wanted to get home and take care of my grandbaby. She was about to be 3 months old. In August 2018, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement initiated an investigation into Deputy Wester's conduct at the request of the Jackson County Sheriff's Office. Deputy Wester was placed on administrative leave on August 1st, 2018, and fired on September 10th. The Department of Law Enforcement's investigation found that Deputy Wester routinely pulled over citizens for minor traffic infractions, planted drugs inside their vehicles, and arrested them. In response to these allegations, prosecutors reviewed almost 300 cases in which former Deputy Wester was involved, and dropped charges and vacated convictions in over 100 of those cases. Ms. Odom was among those found to be affected, and on September 18th, 2018, her convictions were vacated and the charges against her were dismissed. On July 10th, 2019, Mr. Wester was arrested on numerous felony and misdemeanor charges.
52 count criminal. Bro, I feel so... It's not right, and she need to be compensated.
On May 18th, 2021, a jury found Mr. Wester guilty of 19 out of the 67 charges against him, and he was eventually convicted of 12 felonies. On July 13th, 2021, Mr. Wester was sentenced to 12 and a half years in state prison for these convictions. Mr. Wester has since filed an appeal, and as of the date of this episode, the appellate case is still pending. Over a dozen of Mr. Wester's victims have filed civil rights lawsuits over his misconduct, and on July 25th, 2019, Ms. Odom filed a federal lawsuit against Mr. Wester. As of the date of this episode, her case is also still pending. Overall, former Deputy Wester gets an F for displaying a total lack of compassion and empathy for Ms. Odom and his other victims, maliciously neglecting his duty as a member of law enforcement, and for abusing his policing authority and intentionally
Violating his oath?
jailing innocent citizens. This interaction largely speaks for itself. And it goes without saying that Mr. Wester's conduct was nothing short of cruel and criminal. Although an exact motive was never established, evidence was presented that suggested that Mr. Wester wanted to secure a position on his department's drug task force, which his father, Robert Wester, had ran for approximately 15 years. Again, this motive has not been proven beyond a reasonable doubt, but if true, it demonstrates the lengths that Mr. Wester was willing to go in an effort to advance his own career at the expense of innocent citizens. Ironically enough, several of Mr. Wester's victims reported him telling them to, quote, be careful who you have around, and, quote, a lot of people you think you can trust, you can't. This is yet another officer that deserves a grade lower than an F. And this interaction highlights the important role that independent verification plays in police encounters. As for Ms. Odom, it would not be appropriate to assign a grade to an individual who was purely a victim of misconduct and not in control of any aspect of the encounter. There is no doubt that Ms. Odom should not have given the deputy permission to search her vehicle. But considering that Mr. Wester demonstrated a complete disregard for the law, it's difficult to see how the interaction would have been any different otherwise. If Ms. Odom had refused consent, then Mr. Wester would have likely waited for a canine unit, despite the Rodriguez ruling, and then planted false evidence anyway. Ms. Odom was faced with an impossibly difficult and emotionally traumatizing situation, as were the rest of Mr. Wester's victims. But she somehow managed to stay calm, compliant, and respectful while being falsely accused of felony crimes.
Bro, I can't even sit still, bro. This got me so heated, fam. I can't even sit still.
And Ms. Odom for maintaining her composure and for following up this encounter with the proper legal action. Let us know if there's an interaction or legal topic you would like us.
19 days she had to spend in jail, bro. And if you think that's easy, go watch 60 Days In. 19 days she had to spend in jail, bro. Away from her grandbabies, away from her family. Her truck got impounded. She was basically emotionally humiliated right there on the side of the road. People got to drive by to see you. You know what I mean? Manipulated by somebody we're supposed to have our trust in, that's supposed to be there to uphold the law, serve and protect. Like, it's so much scared to fight it because didn't believe nobody would believe her. Made and painted out to be a criminal when she wasn't. Man, if I could just, there's certain people you just want to run up to and just hug and tell them you sorry, even though you ain't have nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't have nothing to do with that. But you just feel so bad for what she had to go through. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Whew. That's rough. That's scary. And the fact that that can go on any and at any given time. Anywhere and at any given time. Make me want to not even drive. But y'all get at me in the comment section, man. Let me know what you thought of this video. Stick around and stay tuned, man. Until next one, I'm gone. Peace.